haven't fulfilled the required ceremonial obligation of my ascension to the spirit commander of both heaven and hell and the fourth element, I present to you a remembrance of my 7 years proclamation before the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, I have fulfilled the obligation as promised, and in the fulfillment of this obligation, I am mandated to unify the Eastern kingdoms, the Eastern royalties, in all land, in all kindred, all people, and all tongue. Wherever a black man is, wherever a kingdom is, all over the world, this proclamation is for your attention. This address is for your attention. This decree is for your attention. To the royal fathers, to all eminent chiefs, to the elders of the land, to my fellow distinguished princes and princesses, as a high prince in the order of Amadioha, and as an Eze-elect of a royal majesty's stool, I have the right, the constitutional right, to address and to lead this cause, which I title Unification of Kingdoms and Royalties in Igbo Land. As the Eze Amadioha and standing on elect office of Ohazurume Sirimo Amise Autonomous Community, as the Imo 2 in view, I meet you today beneath the ancient oaks of our ancestors, not merely as custodian of title, but as guardian of a people whose spirit has never been broken. The Igbo have long known that true leadership is rooted in consensus, not cohesion. I am calling you to convene under the shade of ancient truths of the Igbo land to affirm a purpose that has echoed through our history, the unity of our kingdoms and our people, and the affirmation of a future that reflects the dignity of our ancestors. From the Imo ancient dynasty to Ngri priest king to the Council of Aba, our history teaches us that unity among our kingdoms are the bedrock of our survival. Our ancestors governed not by force alone, but by the wisdom of collective decision-making. The Ndi Igbo have always known that a single voice, when rooted in truth and justice, can move mountains. Today, that voice has risen again, united, resolute, and unmistakable Igbo in the identity of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Why the kingdom's unity is a must. The crisis of our time. Nigeria, as we know it, has become a bandit government, a state where corruption, selective justice, and insecurity have become the norm. In the north, bandits levy taxes on farmers. In the west, politicians trade patronage for votes. In the east, our people are being subjected to arbitrary arrests, while those who threaten the nation's peace are treated with impunity. The result is a nation that no longer protects its citizens, but rather fits the very lawlessness it claims to fight. Preserving our heritage. As a titled honorary member of the Igbo and kingship dynasty, as a prince, the titles Igwe and Obi are more than symbols. The title, High Prince, Chiefs are more than symbols. They embody the spiritual and moral compass of our communities. When we stand together, we protect the sacred tradition that have guided us for centuries. Biafra is a government, not a mere slogan. It is the expression of a sovereign people who wish to chart their own destiny. This is a call for self-determination, for the right to manage our resources, to educate our children, and to protect our communities without interference from a government that has abandoned us for the memories of our God and our culture and the freedom of our wives and children to bring goodwill to all men. Our kings, as custodians of our culture and guardians of our lands, have a sacred duty to lead this charge by uniting under the banner of Biafra government. I will lead this cause to ensure that all kingdoms, all chiefs, all title bearers understand why we must stand together, united, resolute, to support the cause of the Eastern government, which has been named as Biafra. We reclaim the authority that the government state, the Nigerian state, have absorbed. Ensure that the wealth of our region benefits our people, not the coffers of distant elites. Create a safe haven where justice is administered fairly and where banditry is eradicated through community policing and development, not through whims of corruption or corrupt central government of the Islamic regime or banditry organization. Addressing modern challenges, the tussle over hereditary versus elective succession have weakened some of our institutions. A united council can harmonize these practices, ensuring that our leaders are chosen by merit and the will of the people, not by wealth or political interferences. As a people, we will ensure economic empowerment. By pouring our resources, we can fund schools, health clinics, and infrastructures that the central government has neglected. A coordinated effort among the Igwe and Obi can attract investment and create jobs for our youth. Today, the call is around the energy that the youth must unite. Today is no longer the call for the youth. As the convener of the Eastern Youth Network, I call for the unification of the kingdoms and kings in the Eastern region. Standing up for the government of Biafra, a call to action. The Nigeria we see today often feel like a bandit government, a state where corruption, selective justice, and insecurity dominate the landscape. In the north, as we know, levies are being collected, illegal taxes are being paid. In the east, our people are being jailed without due process. This is not Nigeria our forefathers envisioned. Today, it's a hijacked government. It is a hijacked Nigeria. It becomes an enterprise, no longer a democratic system. Let the world hear our resolve today. As titled men in the land, the kings of Igbo land will no longer be silent while our people suffer under a bandit regime. We will stand shoulder to shoulder with our youths, with our women, with every Igbo son and daughter to build a nation where the rule of law, not the rule of the gun, prevails. To the government in Abuja, please listen. Hear our plea. To our fellow Nigerians, understand that our quest for self-determination is not a threat, but a promise of stability, prosperity, and peace for all. While we must support the restoration of the Biafran government. One, self-determination. The Igbo have always cherished autonomy. The principle that Igbo enweze, the Igbo have no king, reflects a republican spirit that rejects external domination. Biafra government offers a framework where our people can govern themselves, allocate resources to our communities, and protect our cultural values. Two, security and justice. Under a Biafra administration, we can establish community-based security that reflects human rights, ending the circles of kidnapping and extortion that plagues our region, just as the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, foresaw and see the reason to establish ESN to govern our forests, to save our women and our mothers from the farmland. 3. Economic justice. The wealth from our oil and agricultural produce will be reinvested in schools, hospitals, and roads, not siphoned to distant elites. A vision for the future. Let us, the United Kings of Igbo land, pledge to support and fight the cause of history. Form a council of traditional rulers that will speak with one voice to any future government, ensuring our concerns are heard outside the apex Igbo social cultural organization of Ohaneze and Igbo. Create a transparent revenue sharing mechanism that funds education, health, and infrastructure, drawing from the resources of our land. Champion a peaceful diplomatic campaign for the recognition of Biafra government, engaging regional bodies and the international community while upholding the rule of law. In this remark, our ancestors taught us that onye gburu onwe ya, onye gburu onwe ya. He who helps himself helps himself. Today, we help ourselves by uniting, by standing firm to a Biafra that respects our dignity, and by rejecting a Nigeria that has become a bandit playground. May the wisdom of our elders guide us. May the courage of our youth propel us. And may the unity of our kings light the path to freedom. Ike Igbo, strength to the Igbo. I remain your blessed son and messenger of the Lord, His Royal High Prince Ugochinyelewa, Dr. Charles Chukwuemeka Amanze, the Eze-elect Ohazirime of Nsirimu Amisi Autonomous Community, the Enyi Baragadam, and the commander of all spirits in heaven, in hell, and of the fourth element. Do hereby this day stand as the lead vocal representative in uniting the kingdoms and the kings in the eastern region, expected as Biafra government. I wish you well, and I call for your support from the west, from the north, from the south, from the east, that this is an obligation our ancestors are giving unto us. For warned is forewarned. I am warning you now. You will be seeing me. I will be coming to your palaces. I will be coming to your kingdoms. I will begin consultation as directed by the gods of the land, and we urge you to comply. This is my testimony and my blessing to you all. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Thank you, and I wish you well.